you doing?
Good. How you doing, Emerson?
Excellent. Excellent.
Cool,
Jim
cool.
Jim is coming this weekend, so I'm excited to meet him.
Oh yeah.
Whereabouts
He's
are you?
in the San Francisco Bay Area
Oh,
in California.
he was planning to go there actually.
Really?
If he goes there, I'll come along.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah, yeah,
should.
yeah, yeah,
I'll meet
yeah,
both you guys. Yeah, I
yeah.
asked him in one of his meetings. I was like, "When are you coming to California, man?"
I think he likes the sushi there, so
Oh really?
he likes sushi, right? So
Oh nice, nice.
San Fran has good sushi places, so
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
tell me a bit of your story, Zabi, so I can destroy it.
All right, cool, beautiful. um, so my whole life, pretty much like as a teenager, I was just like I started getting addictions and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
OCD and anxiety.
Yeah,
Um, so I always wondered, question like, why do I feel this way?
yeah,
Why? And then I was always to myself, and somehow I started becoming popular and hanging out with a bunch of people, kind of like the wrong crowd at the same time,
yeah,
and started getting into trouble, going to jail,
yeah.
DUIs, and all
Normal
that.
stuff.
Yeah, normal stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just 12 times I went to jail, not too much. No, um, so while I was, my main thing after I was partying or whatever, in my early 20s, I realized that just to go to the mall, just to do anything,
Mhm.
just one little sip of vodka.
Yeah,
Oh, that tension that I'm feeling,
yeah, yeah,
it went away. So now I can be normal. I can see this friend, see that friend, go
yeah,
eat. I couldn't do anything without like hiding shot bottles in my pocket,
yeah,
going to work every 30 minutes, running to the bathroom. And then
yeah,
when alcohol became too much,
yeah.
I started doing cocaine with it, or I started doing Adderall, Percocet, you name the pill, name
Oh
the
yeah,
drug.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but it wasn't really to get high. I mean, the party stage ended. This was just to feel normal. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like,
yeah, yeah,
just like, yeah. And I don't know. Then therapy, uh, um, psychiatrist, antidepressant, anxiety pills for 2 years. Noticed none of that worked. So I'm 33. So this
okay.
from 18 to 30. 30 was like, wait, why is everything still the same? Something has to change. I have to let me go to see a therapist. Blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
so right when I saw a therapist at 30, like, well, this is not it. 30 to 32, I was on antidepressant or whatever, and like no, nothing's helping. And somehow last November, 2020 November, I ran into non-duality message
yeah,
somehow. So I didn't really get into spirituality. Somehow it got mixed in for about a month. I saw like Muji, and
yeah, yeah,
I I'm chakras. What's that? Maybe for about a month I was very interested. Went to the crystal store,
yeah,
bought incense, and
yeah, yeah,
sat guru and did his little course. It was a
oh no,
very short time, and then non-duality kind of destroyed that.
yeah,
And
yeah. It has a
even though I
tendency
thought it
to
was
do
this,
that.
yeah, even though I thought I kind of put it in the same category at first,
Yeah,
yeah. And the way I was hearing the message was from Terrence Stevens, which he kind of like he says there's no one that I'm not talking to you, but at the same
yeah,
time, he's like, okay, look at this clock, does time really move? And
yeah,
your thoughts, can you stop it? Stop it. Like stuff like that made me think. And in the story, like, I
mm-hmm.
can't stop my thoughts, blah blah blah. Because Jim Newman's message was there, but I just couldn't get it, didn't
Yeah,
understand it.
yeah, yeah,
And then slowly after about like my thoughts and my questions stopped within like a month or two after non-duality. So I'm like, oh, I have no thoughts. Or, like, yeah, I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
but then, God, since I heard the message, I thought, everything was going to be great. I kind of used applied non-duality, got into like 7
oh,
different drinking binges, like seven
okay.
different. I'm like, why am I drinking? Why am I still fucking up? There's no one here. Blah, blah, all
Yeah,
that bullshit. And at the same time, and then what was I? So Jim Newman, kind of like he was the first one, just like addicted, 12 hours a day, non-duality. During COVID,
yeah,
everything stopped. I was just sitting in my room, not working, unemployment. I'm like, I'm just gonna do nothing.
yeah,
And actually, for about a year and a half now, all I do is listen to non-duality messages. Not out of a need, but
yeah,
at one point, I was just like all day.
yeah, yeah,
Um, and last thing, what was it? Okay, so when I was, even though I was saying no one was here, blah blah blah, drinking. Um, so and then slowly I started feeling the feeling here that's really strong,
yeah,
that I've been trying to run away my whole life. That was like, oh, let me drink to get rid of this.
yeah,
In the story I'm like, let me feel into that, like,
yeah.
make it worse, and started going through the worst times of my life, like the worst, like
Oh
so
shit.
strong, and just like I can't, not drinking, not nothing, but just like I'm just stuck with this. and it's completely seen nobody's here. So fucking obvious, right? And in the last 4 months, just like it was like tight and just like I can't, you know, it was just I can't explain it.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, but I mean, I don't even know why I'm here now. It's just all of that. This was just all of the story. And the
Yeah.
last 3 months, it's just so obvious. And then and also the last 3 months, so much crying. And you came in the picture after you started speaking. I was like, holy shit, you don't know how much I cried from you. You fucking like literally. I'm like, Emerson's a murderer. Like you're like, you're already dead. Rest in peace. That song by Jeremy Chilwell. Oh my god, driving to work, I nonstop just like couldn't stop crying, but in a good way. It was like
Yeah,
releasing,
yeah.
like
It's like
it was
grieving for
unbelievable.
nothing.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was like I was losing everything. All
Yeah,
my beliefs are gone. All my
yeah.
beliefs are gone. Everything about me is
Dead
gone.
on arrival.
Yeah, nothing. Emerson, nothing's left. And every day it was just crying, crying, and also just laughing and laughing. There's nothing left. And that thing I was telling you about, that the tightness,
Yeah,
it's seeing that me that was just apparently trying to
yeah,
just like stay alive. And it was just, and now it's becoming even funny because it's not even as tight anymore. It's like loosened
yeah,
apparently. And it's just, it's so clear that it's been clear like this for months and months and months. Now it's just
yeah,
like letting,
yeah,
nothing's
yeah, yeah,
happening.
yeah.
It's so clear. It's
I,
so
I have a
funny.
funny story about that video. I have my best
Yeah.
friend. She doesn't know anything about non-duality, but she's
Yeah.
an ICU nurse. She's like my high school friend, you know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? So
Yeah.
she listens to that. She's like, she said, "You're so funny. What are you talking about?" She goes, "But somehow when I'm stressed, I listen to your, you're dead," that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And she goes, and it relaxes her. She goes, "I don't know what's going on. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be understood." And she said she had one of the best days listening to it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's just crazy. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It's just coming out, right? Because
Hmm.
what was obvious here was everything that we're looking for is really death.
Yeah.
People say, I don't want to have any problems, death.
Hmm.
I, I don't want any more suffering, death. So everything points out to death, and death is already around. That's
Yeah.
already here. This is dead on arrival. I'm gonna use that. That just came
Yeah.
up. Um,
Dead on arrival.
dead on arrival. and and everybody is looking for something that seems to be appearing in everything. So everything that rises, is dead on arrival.
Yeah.
Yeah. And every single story that you told me is like a ghost story now. It's like a haunting of
Yeah.
Zabi, right? It's just a horror
Yeah.
movie, that whatever, kind of like, all of that suffering seemingly happening and all of that partying. There's nothing wrong or right about that. This character did a lot of that too. Was
Hmm.
was was a sinner and a saint at the same time.
Yeah.
Was a big raver boy. I used to go to raves. I'm a DJ, and
Yeah.
then I thought I had to change around your age, or when I was like 29 or something. Like, something's got to change. I
Yeah.
can't do this. You know what I'm saying? So I
Hmm.
went into this sainthood path. I became
Hmm.
vegan. I became I stopped drinking, doing drugs. Stopped doing
Hmm.
drugs. And then, but when the crisis came
Hmm.
in my life, like 8 years later, I got into my relationship was ending, um, and then my mom was sick. So I was meditating, for 4 hours or maybe 2 hours. I don't remember. I used to meditate 2 to 4 hours a day, and silly, and and then really, I just really wanted to go to the bar.
Yeah.
So I said, "What's the difference between this and the bar?"
Hmm.
And I started listening to Tony Parsons, and I hated him so much, because it was just like nothing really matters. I'm like, would it really matter if I go to a bar? I went to a bar
Yeah.
and went on a downward spiral, in the
Yeah.
story. So I lost my enlightenment because I was a teacher. And
Yeah.
then, so the reason that there's this no BS approach now with this communication is because I've heard it all. You know what I'm saying? I've done it all. I've done the Muji, all that kind of stuff, all,
Hmm.
all the partying, all the sainthood, all the vegan, all the sobriety, all the partying that you could imagine, going to festivals for 4 days, and and thinking that it's just the first day, and I'm like, oh, it's the fourth day already. Isn't it so
Yeah.
quick?
Oh man, those were fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And seemingly, you know what I'm saying, after the apparent falling away of Emerson, all of that kind of like dropped away, the desire to escape. That's
Hmm.
what it was. It's just I could not handle either doing meditation or drinking or partying. Um, what was being presented, what was immediate, was being avoided all the time because it
Hmm.
wanted something different. It wanted something blissful or something. So, a little sip here, a little whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's, or meditation, same thing. So when
Hmm.
this apparent dropping away, when it seemed that there's never been anyone here that's dead, um, the escaping left as well.
Hmm.
So even the drinking right now, even if I drink like maybe two, three
Hmm.
glasses, because there's no point in escaping it. Then
Yeah.
one day, one night, my friend bought a whole bunch of shots. Even the hangover the next day was okay because you know
Yeah.
what? It's just what happened.
Hmm.
There's no one
In the
doing it
story, in the story,
in the
hangovers for
story.
this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
It's
had to
just,
continue it the next day because I couldn't take it.
oh, yeah, yeah. It was just, and I was
Yeah.
actually telling someone, I'm like, actually, it's not that bad. It's like a spa day. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of
Hmm.
like suffering, but you're just really relaxing. You just go to take a bath, watch some
Hmm.
Netflix. I actually enjoyed it
Yeah.
before. That's what I did too. Was when it was a hangover. I'm calling my friends. I'm like, let's do this again because I didn't want to feel
Yeah.
it,
Yeah. Yeah.
and continue it, right?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's just this clarity that there's never been anyone here is just a bulldozer of anything that was kind of like habitual
Yeah.
because the what do you call it, the neurosis is no longer there, right? It's just seen as something that is just happening. You don't have any control of it. We're all blacked
Hmm.
out.
Yeah.
We're all
Hmm.
blacked out and we think we're not.
Yeah.
So all of this happening, all of this movement, all of this story is a character that's blacked out like a dream. In a dream that's
Yeah.
a blackout. We're all sleepwalking, sleep talking, daydreaming, all that kind of stuff. And um, yeah, there's no more escaping. I used to escape because I used to feel a lot of shame and guilt and all that kind of crap. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to do better, and then it would just trigger one binging, and it would trigger like 10,000 binges. If
Oh yeah.
you know what I
Exactly.
mean, right?
Yeah.
But now,
Yeah.
if it happens the next day, it's like, oh, I don't really like feeling this way, but it's what's happening. But I don't want to do it
Hmm.
again.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like you're calling all of your buddies again because there's no more escaping. There's no more
Hmm.
should have, could have, would have. There's no more FOMO. There's no more shame. All of that
Yeah.
seemingly drops away. And in apparent time, there seems to be deepening in the story of the character. It got deeper and deeper and deeper. All of that contraction really loosens up. So if you already had this exposure to this communication, you're dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Sabi, you're
Over,
dead,
man.
right? I
It's
saw your
over.
post on that, Jeremy. That's you. That's you then, right? That posted. It was just kind of like you're just kind of like having this moment, right? Listening to it.
Oh
To that,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The comments. I
Yeah.
was like, oh
Oh
yeah, someone died.
yeah. Oh yeah. I did post that comment. I forgot. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah.
You just mentioned it to me today. That's why I remembered it. I was like, oh yeah, that's Zabi. I think he posted like 10 posts.
Oh yeah. That's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
actually, that Jeremy thing actually kind of like introduced me to a lot of people, surprisingly, because people just
Yeah.
see me as a host, right? And there's been clarity here for a long time, but
Yeah.
but the the voice was not matching the clarity. I felt like I was
Hmm.
muddying the water, right? So
Yeah.
right now there's just this uh, yeah, someone called me a serial killer, like a killer thing
Yeah.
that is just doesn't take
Yeah.
any kind of bullshit anymore, right? Because it's just
Yeah.
what's the point? I think the true kindness is when you're telling someone that you're not there,
Yeah.
and there no kind of like no concession whatsoever, no apologies, and it's just because when I was a teacher, I used to I knew I was bullshitting, but because it was from Ramana and Nisargadatta and all of these holy kind of like parent holy sages and everything, I would always say, well, that's from the lineage,
Mm-hmm.
according to lineage, according to this, awareness is
Yeah.
that. And I always
Yeah.
had kind of like a an excuse, but I knew that it was all bullshit. And people
Yeah.
don't like listening to this up to now, right? People always correct me. They're like, you don't have any respect. I'm like, well, if I'm saying that there's no one here, who am I going to respect?
Mm-hmm. True.
They're all dead. They're just dead. And all of the characters are all fictional. Isn't it trippy right now that when you look at everyone, there's no one behind it? It feels completely real, but there's also this sense or this intuitiveness that there's nothing behind it. Like it's like a flat. Everyone's a flat screen, like a TV.
Yeah.
It's just this. Someone actually. I have a friend that's a neuroscientist, and he loves sending me articles because he loves hearing me destroy it. So
Mm-hmm.
there was this article about that there's a simulation, but according to the article that it's an advanced being that creates all of the simulation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's bullshit.
Advanced being. Like, come on, an advanced being.
Come on, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing outside of this when it's seen. You know what I'm saying? If there was an advanced civilization or something, that would. Anyway, that's just another narrative, right?
Yeah.
But now, I think about a week ago, they came up with a new hypothesis that
Mm-hmm.
it's a simulation, but no one is simulating it. It's simulating
Mm.
by itself. So this is like a timeless loop that
Yeah.
exists in past, present, and future. But it's a timelessness moves in a circle, and it seems like it's moving, but it's not.
Yeah.
So all of this is happening all at once. So all of our stories are just colliding right now. It's just emptiness speaking to emptiness. There's actually no speaking happening. It's just emptiness in its full glory, being empty. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a blank canvas, and all of this there's like a paint that just moves all the time, appearing as anything and everything. It appears as feelings, thoughts. It appears as drinking, sobriety, whatever it is, right? But it's always a blank canvas. And everybody wants the blank canvas because it's dead. But there's this aliveness that's happening, with this painting. And all of this appearance, all of this kind of like, all of this painting is the illusion, is the dream.
Yeah.
But it's appearing together with blankness or emptiness. So it's all empty. Everything is just completely empty. And so no matter what seems to appear, it's like a flicker on a television screen. The moment you turn it off, it goes black. Kind of like deep sleep. Um, it's just so obvious that it's that way, and there's never been anyone because if you flip off the TV, everything that appears on the TV is gone when you turn off the remote, and you turn it on again, and then you're engaged again, watching it again. But the TV or the remote or the show, kind of like my thing, the show feels completely real, but there's no one in it. There's no actors playing it. It's just all of these characters appearing out of nowhere, seemingly having histories, but really it's all empty. The moment that someone tells me a story, I just see emptiness now. All the stories are empty. It's a funny story because you know what I'm saying. It's like you give me a history, and what comes up here is history here that never happened. So nothing happened there, although I'm telling you a story of something. Memory is just something that's instantaneous. It doesn't have any source. It's like a hiccup. It's like a fart. So all of this is just automatically coming out, without any source. And that's what's so trippy about it, and that's also what's so grand about it, but it's also really humble because it not only appears in your biggest ambitions and dreams and everything, it also appears in all of your delusions, in all of your bad thoughts, even the dirtiest thoughts. It's all emptiness. So everything that appears, the the most horrific to the most kindest, purest thought, is all innocent because it's just a play. It's like a TV show. You know what I'm saying? You turn it off, it's gone. And you're like, oh, what's that episode again called Drama? You turn it on again. But no one's doing anything. It's just this cosmic joke. It's just this joke that it's really funny. It's because I was so involved in it. It's kind of like you think you're in a professional poker tournament, you know, and you got like a royal flush. You think you've got the cards, and you think that you're manipulating, or you think that you're being really smart. And then someone says, "Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys noticed, but all the cards are jokers. It's all a wild card."
Hmm. Yeah.
That's what it is. It's all wild card. No one knows. Even if you think you're playing, no one's playing you. Even if you think you're talking to someone, no one's talking to you. Even if you think you're thinking about someone, you're not really thinking at all. And no one's ever thought about you, and you've never thought of about anyone. So no one's thought badly of you or poorly of you. Also, no one's thought good of you. You have done nothing wrong. You've also done nothing good. Are you okay, Sabi? Oh, love you, man.
This is great.
You should have told me not to bring out my machine gun.
Oh fuck. Oh shit. The fuck, man. It's crazy.
Isn't it crazy?
Fucking crazy.
It's just this emptiness, right? Just this, there's
Yeah.
not no one here and there's no one there. And all of these reactions are happening coming out of nowhere. It doesn't have any purpose or meaning, but just this apparent experience of this aliveness, although no one's experiencing it. It's like everything that we've known about paradise is wrong, because if it's really paradise, then everything is allowed. It's not just the purity, it's not just innocence or all of this kind of like moral stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything is allowed. So this is paradise
Yeah.
because you died.
Yeah. I was driving to work a few days ago, like, seeing the trees, like crossing the bridge, because I live on the east side of the San Francisco bridge. As I'm crossing it or looking at the trees, literally I just started crying, and the words that are coming out were, "This is heaven, this is
Yeah,
heaven." But it was like, no,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like, it was so beautiful, but at the same time it wasn't wanted. And like, you know what I mean? That sense. So it's like, no, but I was like, yes. It
Yeah.
was so crazy because it was so empty. And
It
right now it's just
is.
so empty. It's like, fuck, fuck.
It is empty. Yeah, it is empty. I was kind of like having this beautiful walk maybe a summer ago, and then I was just kind of like mesmerized by this object. I'm like, what is that? I was just kind of like, like it seemed so dreamlike, like it was hazy, it was summer, the air, it was just beautiful. And I kept on getting fixated towards this object, and I was like, and I came close to it. I'm like, oh, it's a stoplight. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's the color red.
yeah,
That's why I like red, because now and all that stuff.
yeah. Like, wow, it's a beautiful stoplight.
Yeah, I'm like I was just looking at the stoplight, and it's almost kind of like poetic. Stop.
Yeah,
Yeah. All this time I thought I was driving my life, and there's a
yeah,
stoplight. Stop. Everything came to a stop. Everything always comes to a stop because there's nothing behind it. All of these ideas and understandings and feelings and everything, they're all empty. They're all empty. They're all meaningless. And people might think that that sounds really kind of like, um, dark or whatever. But no, it's not actually. That's freedom. That's unconditional freedom. because there's nothing behind anything. There's no conspiracy. There's no nothing happening at all. It's freedom. It's like if if there was a higher being and this is just for the pleasure of the higher, that's not freedom, that's slavery.
Yeah.
Religion is slavery, spirituality is slavery.
Yeah.
It's all slavery, right? And this is the destruction of spirituality and religion. In religion, when you're a kid, you think that a higher force or God will save you. And then you go to spirituality thinking that the inner self will save you. None of this inner higher self or whatever. Everything is equal. That's freedom. Everything is on the same playing field, zero ground. And everything that arises is just what's happening. And this is already eternity, and this is infinity, and there's not no one knows what next because there's no such thing as next. There's the illusion that time is moving forward, but since it's an illusion, everything else is an illusion. Because this flimsy idea that time is the holder of you, when it's seen that that's broken, when it's seen that that's not really, um, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as reality, although it's very persistent. The illusion is seen as something really playful now. It just becomes a cosmic joke. It becomes kind of like, wow. It becomes an unconditional wow. And there's no more seriousness to it. It's zero fucks given. But also the character is full on a character. So if the character is kind, it's kinder, right? I find more joy now, with spending with my time with my parents. I could not even look them
Yeah.
in the eye before, right?
Yes. I
Yeah,
couldn't. Never. Can't even. It's horrible just to sit with them. I had to have some type of substance or just a little bit of something just to be, oh, okay, my parent,
yeah,
just so.
yeah. My mom
Yeah.
thinks I'm in love. She goes,
Oh.
are you seeing someone? I'm like, no, not really.
No.
She goes, you can tell me. And I'm like, no. She goes,
Yeah.
because but you laugh all the time and you look like you're in love. It's this in
Oh,
loveness, but for no one. You know what I'm saying?
man.
It's just this. It's a full on thing. It's a full on thing, and everything that arises is really unconditional love. It's just this, whatever it is. It could be the shittiest day. You know what I'm saying? But that's still emptiness.
Yeah.
But even the shittiest day doesn't have that charge anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doesn't have that. What do you call it? It doesn't have that contractedness anymore because
Yeah.
it's kind of like I've been cooking on the wrong side of the pan. So I've been cooking on the bottom of the pan, the one that's on the heat. So I've been frying eggs there. Of course, the
Hmm.
egg is sticky. I'm like, oh shit! It's actually a
Yeah.
a Teflon pan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So everything just slides off.
Mm.
I've just been cooking the wrong way.
Mm.
That's basically it. It's really simple, huh? This is really
Yeah.
simple. Like even you know the teacher that you mentioned, even watching the clock, all that kind of stuff like that,
Yeah.
it's simpler than that. You don't
Yeah.
even have to do that.
Yeah.
What I heard sometimes, watch your thoughts, but who's watching your thoughts? Who's watching
Yeah.
the clock? No one.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just this expression. This expression. There's nothing to teach. It's just it's just what is. It's just whatever it is, and it's very simple. And it's not this. When I was a spiritual teacher, I got canceled, so I don't give a fuck anymore what I
Mhm.
say.
Yeah.
Who's gonna cancel me now?
For real, right? Oh shit.
But yeah, because before, what, the character, it did a lot of wrongdoing, you know what I'm saying? If you want to go to the story and everything like that, but also a lot of regret, a lot of shame, a lot of shame.
Hmm.
And that was horrible. That was horrible suffering, right? For something that I did not, um, in the story, you know what I'm saying? There was just a lot of regret and shame, and it was just really heavy. Did you have a lot of that too?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it was intense.
yeah. I think there was one time that I was like lying down on the floor. I was just so drunk because I just wanted to get so drunk because I heard that Byron Katie,
Uh-huh.
um, you know, hit her rock bottom and then she got enlightened in her rock
Yeah.
bottom. So I was trying
Yeah.
to create that rock bottom.
Rock bottom. Oh man.
So I drank so much and
Yeah.
I just kept on saying, I'm a piece of shit. I'm a
Yeah.
piece of shit. And then Byron Katie's story, cockroaches climbed on her legs and then
Mm.
she got enlightened. And I
Yeah.
was like, I'm a piece of shit. And I was like, kept on looking at my leg. I'm like,
There's a-
where are the fucking cockroaches?
Oh man.
I was waiting for them. Like, cockroaches won't even climb my legs. And my friend was like, what the fuck, dude?
Fuck.
What are you doing? I'm like,
Oh
I just
fuck.
really want to get enlightened. I was enlightened before and I lost it. Goes, well, enlightenment is supposed to be. I'm like, no, no, I had it. Again, you know what? With this communication, this is this is oh, it's so beautiful because it's free falling.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't land anywhere, right? Like
That's what the
one
character
day.
is terrified of.
What's that?
That's what the character was really terrified of.
Oh, no, no. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Let me change it actually. It's kind of like, you know what? When you jump off from a plane
Yeah.
and then there's a parachute that kind of like goes up,
Mm-hmm.
it's just gliding. That's a better.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
doesn't have a bottom though. Kind of like the
Uh-huh.
terror's gone because
Yeah.
that's what the story felt like all the time was like, should I jump off this plane? No.
Mm-hmm.
Should I jump off this plane? No. Should I jump off this plane? And then finally, without my choice, someone kicked me off.
Mm.
So the
Beautiful.
parachute kind of like, and then this is like it. It's just falling
Yeah.
with a parachute. It's safe
Yeah.
because there's no ground anyway.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to go. It's just what's happening. Um, a few weeks ago, I was sitting in the kitchen table and I was just laughing at the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
Today, I was giving my doggy, he's 16 years old, a bath because he's old. He's really old, and I was just crying,
Oh.
crying, and he
Oh.
kept on looking at me and just, it's so beautiful. This
Yeah.
dream is so beautiful. I was
Yeah.
just crying, crying, and I know that there's no death, but that realness, that felt
Mm-hmm.
sense that someone is going to leave you soon
Mm-hmm.
is that it's grieving for no one. It's emptiness and emptiness, you know what I'm saying? But there's no separation anymore. It's so beautiful. Walking down the street, looking at trees. I think I named all the trees now because there's just so much aliveness in them.
Yeah.
There's a tree called Treedom, and
Treat them. Nice. I
and
like
there's
that.
a trio of trees called Trinity.
Hmm. Nice.
There's Triodor. This
Little troubadour.
it's like I've gone mad. But it's seen that everything is just perfectly as it is, and
Mm-hmm.
then the tree is as illusory as you,
Mm.
because you feels real, tree feels real, but they're not really there as well. Nothing is here. It's all emptiness, and it's not something that you look for. It's just this intuitiveness that everything is empty. There's nothing behind everything. There's no malevolent or holy or all that kind of stuff is stripped away, and that's just the lightness of everything, right? Even everything, everything. It's hilarious. I have this story that I got assaulted, and it was instant forgiveness because it was seen as a dream. Of course, when the cops
Yeah.
came, I said, "Get those fuckers," and then after that,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what arrived. That's
Yeah.
also emptiness. But the next day, I was just walking my dog and my family work. Are you okay? Should you not be resting? I'm like, oh, I forgot. It's just this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just this. Not a care anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a care anymore. There's no more victim here. It's dead, right?
Yeah.
But also sadness. Like what my dog this morning that was just full on. It was just like, it was so sad that I was just like, it was just beautiful. Just these moments, that are not really there are beautiful. Like looking at your dog's old eyes, right? And although there's no history and everything, there's this story about that old eyes. There's this illusion about when he was a puppy and all that kind of stuff. It just makes the illusion so beautiful and rich, but it's
Mhm.
also empty, right? It's just, or sometimes I watch YouTube videos and I just bawl my eyes out, or I laugh at nothing. Or sometimes I'll look at a tree and it'll be like 20 minutes. I'm like, oh, or playing the piano. Paradise. But for no one.
Yeah.
Because the moment that someone claims paradise, it's not paradise anymore.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Great. It's just fuck. I don't know. It's like all everything's beautiful, just
It is.
empty. Like this tension is just like feeling like it's getting released. This is crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Everything's like I don't know. I can't. Yeah.
It's just this, it's just this. Whatever appears appears, right? It's just
Yeah.
all an appearance. When the charge, I guess, if everything feeling so heavy is gone,
Yeah.
then everything's kind of like buzzing with life, buzzing with illusory
Because
stuff.
holding on, I think the main things that's like dropped away, that's making shit lighter is like I have like 200,000 photos and videos and screenshots on my iPhone.
Yeah.
It got like intense OCD from like, and I didn't realize I was going to the therapist. Why am I just trying to hold on to everything? Nothing
Yeah.
worked. Like, wow, I'm just trying to cling and cling and cling, even to like a brand new like outfit, keeping the tags. Oh, this is Gucci. I'm gonna put this here. Oh, this Nike. Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, why am I
Wow.
keeping everything? And all of that just like
Dropped.
disappearing. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just gone, and then just such a lightness now. Like I was so afraid to throw away a tag.
Oh, wow.
In this story. Yeah,
Wow. Yeah,
yeah,
there's this lightness, you know what I'm saying? Because everything is permanent and temporary at the same time.
yeah,
Everything is infinite and also um, changing,
yeah,
infinitely changing. It's beautiful. You can't hold on to anything because
yeah,
there's nothing to hold on to. There's no such thing as
yeah.
memories or no past, or everything that you see is just instantly, apparently being created by but not created by anyone. It's just appearing and also disappearing simultaneously. By the way, although no one will ever see that because that's just an impossibility. But that's just this obviousness that every single pixel, every single kind of like the smallest particle is infinite. There's nothing that's not excluded. Every single dust is infinity. It's also an illusion. There's no dust.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels completely real. That's what's so beautiful about this, right? This, we don't even have a word for it. This apparent dualism, but it's actually not dualism. This apparent separation, but it's not really separation. This wholeness that includes everything, the fears and the joy and everything, but all of that is an illusion. When this just this emptiness that is all around, that that has never left, by the way, which is kind of like, that's what I thought was crazy too, right? When it was seen that all of this never leaves because it's
Mm-hmm.
eternal. None of this this it's like kind of like coming home, but you've never left home. It's weird.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. When you were
Wow.
listening to that in your car, you just kept on hearing death.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so crazy.
Yeah. Everything is stunning, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like,
Knowing everything made it dead.
yeah, yeah. It's like the perfect drug.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no need to escape. There's no need. It doesn't. You don't come down from it,
Hmm.
and you never took anything.
Wow. Just
Wow.
I was driving. It's crazy. It's like I never seen it. Like I was driving through Oakland the other day, and then before it was like looking at street numbers, like this is 98, this is 84, 38. It would be a clinging to the numbers and the
Mm.
memories of what happened there, and everything was nothing was seen. Like
Yeah.
it was attached to neighborhoods and
Oh wow. How bad was your
stories.
OCD, Sabi? Was it
Really
really?
bad. It was nonstop, and it was so painful. I would scream, and then I would just keep on drinking, and then I would start, blacking out like almost every day. Like it was
Oh
intense.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow. So right now you're fully sober?
yeah.
Wow.
So well,
That's
off
beautiful.
alcohol. I mean, I just still take like coffee and then like some herbal supplements and stuff, but
That's
it
beautiful.
seemed it's just yeah.
That's beautiful. Yeah, when I was going through my rampage, because I go completely kind of like, like meditation and everything, and then I go to the other extreme, which is kind of like drinking and binging and all that
Mhm.
kind of stuff and partying
Yeah,
and living that DJ lifestyle, that kind of thing. Right now,
yeah.
everything seemed to have balanced. It's just kind of like I would DJ and people would be offering me shots. I'm like, oh, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm content.
Hmm.
There's contentment.
Yeah.
And even if it happens again, like, someone my friends bought me a whole bunch of shots. The next day was also all right.
Hmm.
It's not, I'm like, this feels horrible, but I guess that's what happens,
Hmm.
you know? So I don't go try to mask it or anything, or I'm not looking forward to drinking. Because
Yeah.
but it's just what's happening. You know what I'm saying? So there's no kind of like, oh, I fell off the wagon. It's just what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if you feel great, I'm not drinking. Yeah, why not? You know what I'm saying? That's just what's happening too. That's
Hmm.
awesome. I'm happy for you. Really.
Right on. Yeah. Thank you.
That's a good sharing, man.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy when I was speaking this telling you the story. I'm just like, what the fuck? What, like, what am I even it doesn't even seem real anymore.
It's
Like
not because it's not. I was talking to someone a couple of weeks ago, and this character had severe depression, and so my advice for this character, I said, you know what, keep on going to your therapist. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Um, and then after a couple of weeks, he called me and he goes, I just called my therapist. That was my last day. I'm like, oh, guess what happened? And he goes, there was just this seeing that everything is not really happening. And he goes, and I've been really happy for the past week now.
wow.
Yeah. So there was a
Wait,
seeming
who is
dropping away.
this?
Just one person that, I don't want to give out his
Oh yeah.
identity because he might be want to be private or something. Um,
Yeah.
he was severely depressed. He was, I think for he ended up in the hospital maybe 4 times for suicide and
Oh
everything.
wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then so I told him that this is not therapy. You know what I'm saying? This is
Hmm.
not therapy whatsoever. So he and in the beginning he was looking for relief. I did not
Hmm.
give him anything because I'm like, this is not therapy, anything like that. It's just seeing that everything is just happening as it is.
Yeah.
And then somehow, you know what I'm saying, a week later, he said, I don't know. He said that he watched all my videos nonstop.
Hmm.
Some people are binging my videos. It's so weird.
Over here too. Over
Oh
here
really?
too. Even though there's nothing to get, it's just there's nothing else to. It's just happening. Just Emerson's
Yeah.
just on.
Yeah. Yeah.
The whole 2 day thing, it's on just like repeat driving to work, brushing my teeth, just playing.
Yeah. Well, I have another one coming up. It's the 23rd, 24th, and the 25th. 3 days,
Nice.
4 sessions each day.
Oh, nice. 3 days this time. Extra hardcore.
I just love it. For me, it's like DJing.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It's just there's this passion coming
Oh
up,
yeah.
and I love destroying anything that I said before. If you
Yeah.
notice what I do is
Yeah.
I'll say something that I was saying and I'll just destroy it because what seems to happen, although this is just a story, is that seekers hold on to what you're saying.
Yeah.
So I go a little bit hardcore and say, "Don't hold on to that. What the fuck?"
Mhm. Though I love speaking about it. Like there's three friends of mine that I actually that I talk to about this. The rest I don't even mention.
Yeah.
Or nobody else I don't
Oh
mention this
yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But the three that I like, every time I speak about them, like I can go on for hours and hours and hours. And the story of me within this last whole year, like I've been like daydreaming about just speaking about this on
You
YouTube. Just like it's
should.
been like a
You
yeah,
should, Sabi. You should.
yeah,
You should. I feel that there's so much clarity there already. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You
yeah.
should. You should. If you need help, let me know. I
Cool, cool.
yeah.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll
I
release
even
this
had a
one.
dream.
Should help. Yeah, this will be cool.
Yeah, I had a dream that I was on you're interviewing me on
This is the same, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. Fuck.
What do you mean had a dream? You're still dreaming. I'm such a,
Ah!
I'm such.
Oh shit.
Although there's no you, this is just dreaming.
Oh shit. What the fuck? Fuck. Crazy.
Always fresh.
What the fuck? What? What the fuck? Oh, what the fucking airplane just looking at. Oh no. Oh, this is crazy.
Isn't it? Isn't it
Oh
crazy? Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, since there's no time, there was no had a dream. This is just all dreaming. This is all continuous dreaming.
Fucking wow. What the fuck, dude? What? What's happening?
It's called twisting the
What
knife.
the fuck? What the fuck is happening? Emerson, what the fuck? Oh shit. Getting hot.
Crying, laughing. This is my
Oh,
specialty.
yeah. Fuck. I was talking to somebody, she calls it crafting. This girl named Sonia. Crying and laughing, crafting.
Yeah. It's beautiful though. It's beautiful. Just this apparent existence that's not really happening. It's just beautiful, right? It's just this, and it's so funny because people are trying to get rid of whatever's happening, but you can't get rid of it. It's what's happening,
Yeah.
and trying to have a different preference and everything, but everything, all the preferences are also empty, right? So there's no escaping this. It's like swimming upstream, you know. And this is just the flow. It's just the flow, man. It's beautiful. Dreaming.
It's like that little bit of clinging when looking at something, that little bit of clinging kind of just like disappeared. I'm just like, what the fuck? That little bit, that residue that was left, it's like kind of like,
Yeah.
oh man. Fuck.
Yeah.
Thanks, Emerson. Shit.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's just stunning. Yeah, when you want to speak, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? I'll help you out.
For sure. Thank you, man.
It's
I
so good to
appreciate
just express this,
it. Yeah.
and just the expression of nothing. And it's just I don't know what it is. I love doing it so much. But there's no one doing it here. There's so much passion here that that I actually gave up, while I'm on leave of absence from a really good paying job because I
Yeah.
love this so much. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
There's just this aliveness to it, right? There's just this aliveness that you can't explain. Although I keep on talking about death, death and aliveness are the same. There's no difference. And it's just this stunning clarity that there's never been anyone here. So all that's appearing is just this dreaming. It never
Wow.
stops. Yeah. I love how your eyes look right now. They're like
Like what the fuck? Nothing's fucking happening.
nothing's happening. Yeah. Isn't it obvious now?
Yes, so fucking
Yes.
insane. Wow.
Yeah.
What?
So beautiful. It's just, yeah. Even the shittiest thing is also empty, right? It's
Yeah.
empty, empty, empty. Even the chatter, of is also empty. Everything is empty. And it's just this. It's kind of like, I always say this. Kind of like carrying a backpack full of rocks that you've been carrying,
Oh, yeah.
and those rocks weigh like 20 pounds each, and there's like 100 of them.
Yeah.
Belief, hope,
Oh,
all that
oh,
kind of stuff.
yeah.
Shame, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, where's that backpack again?
Real. No, for real. Oh man.
It's
It's
empty.
it's so crazy, Emerson. In the story for 15 years, or no, my whole life, just nothing like let's say a conversation like this, there would be a ah, ah, what's like worried about 5 minutes from now. Okay, after I get off this, what am I gonna do? Well, ow,
Yeah, yeah.
ow, pain. Where'd all that go? Where what? As I'm saying that to you, it sounds like nonsense.
Yeah.
Like that whole my whole life. Like what the fuck? What whole life? Like,
Have you had a dream that it changes into a different dream within one night?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's like a nightmare, and now it's
Mhm.
not.
Oh shit, that's good.
This is what's apparently happening right now.
Yeah. Fuck, this is nice. Like, where did everything go? Where'd those rocks go?
Well, kind of like in a nightmare when you realize that it's not really there. Like, oh, that was just a nightmare. It's not there. They're empty, weightless
Damn.
rocks made of nothing.
So beautiful.
Yes, it
Oh
is.
my god, where the fucking words coming from? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Woo.
I had that
It's like,
moment one time. When a TV is out of sync, and then
yeah,
these words are coming out, and you're kind of like, "What the hell? Where is these words?" They're coming out almost like it's. There's no thoughts behind it. This just words that are just coming automatically, without anyone saying it. It's weird.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. Where's the agitation? It disappeared. Damn. Thanks, Emerson.
Oh, you're welcome, man. I'm gonna pause this now.
Okay.